Welcome back to Upcycled, crafted for a purpose. Today we're going to talk about how to make a denim crossbody satchel. And this is the way that God will sometimes take things that we have been in our past and make them into new and beautiful parts of our purpose. Just like we take vintage cast off items and make them into purposeful works of art, God will also take things that are useless seemingly in our lives and upcycle them to make them part of our ministry and our mission and our way of loving and reaching out to other people who need hope. And He will take people who feel broken and useless and cast off and upcycle them into making them people that are masterpieces, beautiful works of art that have purpose and greater significance than anyone could have ever imagined even then. So today let's talk about this denim crossbody satchel, which you will find in the chapter on Pursue Your Best. So it's kind of a play on words on purse and pursue. So I have an old pair of my husband's jeans. It's kind of already ripped and it's useless for anything other than a craft project. So you'll need like an old pair of jeans if you're going to use jeans. I suppose another pair of pants would work, but jeans are so sturdy that they can be reused, that type of fabric. So we're going to use an old pair of jeans. You'll need something for the strap. You can use a belt. I actually have something that was used to wrap towels or a robe or something, so I just kind of set it aside because it's already got that really sturdy strap-like quality to it. So I'm going to use that, and it's also comfortable on the arms, not too stiff. It doesn't cut into your arm, but if you don't mind that, you could use a chain. You can use anything that you want. You need something to go as a liner. So I don't have an old pillowcase. We used them all when we were packing and they ended up in the garage and they're kind of gross. So I'm going to use an old napkin that I don't find very useful anymore for my dining room. So I'm going to make that into my liner. And you need something as if you want your crossbody satchel to have a closure on the top, you'll need something as a closure. So I have an old zipper. You could use snaps. You could use a toggle. You could make a toggle out of just a little piece of wood and attach that and then put a little loop of elastic or fabric around it. You need some sturdy thread, because if you're using denim you want to have something sturdy, and anytime you're making a purse and you have a strap to attach, it's always best to use really sturdy thread. And then you'll need something to attach your closure piece, like your zipper, and you'll need of course some scissors. So let's get started on our wonderful project. So the first thing that you do is you're going to turn your jeans inside out, because you're going to work on them from the inside out. And then you'll choose how big you're going to make your purse. Now you could make a full-size giant purse if you're one of those tote bag purse kind of people, but I'm going to choose a crossbody size because personally, the actual huge purses kill my shoulder. So since I don't want to go to the chiropractor because of the size of my purse, I'm going to choose a smaller purse size. So cut your fabric down to size. And that's kind of the rough size that I have to work with. Now what I discovered on my other purse project is that at the top you always need to leave a little bit of room for your zipper. Now I could take this off and reuse it up here. So maybe that's what I'll do. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this off and reuse the zipper at the top. Now again, you always want to sew inside out to make it tidy. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of measure out, since I'm reusing this zipper, I'm going to go ahead and kind of measure out how that's going to look on the outside. I have decided that even though the button looks cute, it doesn't really fit when you put it on the top of the jeans very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out how I want the zipper to fit. So in the end, it's going to look like that, zipping up the top. And I need to make sure that the top fits before I do anything else. So I'm going to start at the end here and sew on either side of this, and then I will kind of fold this over to make sure it fits and sew it there. Okay? And then I'm going to turn it inside out and sew it along this line and that line. Okay? So when I get done with that, I will show you and we will be back. Welcome back to Upcycled, Crafted for a Purpose. We are getting the last few steps in. What I did, and I'll turn this back inside out so you can see it. I finished the sewing of the actual outer sack. So you can see I did not bother with making it perfect because you're not going to see any of this. So you can tell I actually hand sewed this and it is really messy looking, but don't worry about that. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can use anything that you like, just a needle and thread or a little hand sewer, and it should be fine if it's not perfectly straight. So you can see when I turn it back right side out, you're not going to notice any of that issue because it isn't necessarily supposed to look perfect. See how cute that is? Even though it isn't perfect, it's fine. I mean, it looks actually more cute that it's a little shabby. So once you get it turned back inside out, right side out, the next thing that you're going to do is attach your straps. So if you're using a tie, you can use a necktie or a belt. You want to go ahead and whatever it is that you're using, attach it near the waistband. And that's another good reason to make sure that you've already got your zipper in place, because you don't want to sew this on where the zipper isn't going to work. So make sure you've sewed it on, and if it looks messy, you can actually add some embellishments on the outside. If I wanted to, and I might, just kind of sew that little buttonhole over top of where the outside thing is, the outside of the strap is, and on the back you can sew something else back here. So that'll be kind of cute. Or you can actually take some ribbon and run that through and tie a little bow here, which will be even cuter. Just have a little bow right on the outside, and that'll be really cute. You can make that like a belt, or you can take a cloth belt and attach that. And you don't even have to sew that. You could probably just glue that on and that'd be really cute. And you won't see how messy those little straps look right on top. So now that I've got that attached, the next thing I want to do is turn my liner inside out and make sure I've measured it against the finished size of my outer cover. And once I've sewn the edges of this all the way around, and I don't have to sew all the edges because this is folded in half, but I've sewn it and then I've kind of measured it so it's about that size, right? And you're going to keep it inside out because the inside of the liner is going to be what is going to look like on the inside of your purse. This outer part, you're not going to see. It'll be against the inside of your outer shell. So you tuck that in, and once I get that tucked where I want it, make sure it is going to be attached under the zipper or your zipper won't close. And once you get that done, if you do it properly, your zipper should zip, and you'll be done. Look how cute that is. That is upcycled, crafted for a purpose, taking the opportunity to pursue your best. I hope this was an inspiring craft for you, and these are really great gifts that you can donate to a mission project or gift to somebody that you love at Christmas time. So I hope that you enjoyed doing this with me and that you will join us again on Upcycled, Crafted for a Purpose. See you next time.